My name is Mz Greyy and I have a YouTube channel where I express my creativity and show the love for my dolls. I'm going to be walking you guys through on how I restored this Bratz Campfire Felicia doll. Felicia is from the Campfire line that Bratz released in 2005. Even though she was very underrated when she first came out, she quickly became one of the most sought after dolls to this day. Felicia pretty much came with her full outfit. She came with a haircut, a missing left brow, and lip chips, and she also came with marks on her body which looked like pens or like crayons. I'm going to be undressing the doll just to make it easier for me and just to wash the clothes as well since they came very dirty. I'm going to be taking her head off, which is going to help me with cutting her hair, removing what's inside as well. Her hair came very chopped. It was cut short. I'm just going to be using some scissors to cut her hair, and you want to make sure that you're cutting down to the roots, pretty much just to get rid of it and have a clean slate for the new rerooted hair. I'm going to be putting her hair into boiling hot water, and this will soften up her vinyl, like the plastic, the head, to make it easier for you to pluck the hair out, and it also does soften the glue inside the head. I'm going to be using pointy tweezers to pretty much pick out the remaining hair that's inside the head, just to make it cleaner and easier for the reroot, and there's no remaining hair that's going to be poking out with all of her new hair. Rerooting is pretty much replacing all of her hair that's already rooted. I'm going to be using saran hair, which is pretty much the same as her factory hair that she came with, and I also picked out the most similar colors that I could find just to match it all exactly. So using a rerooting tool, I'm going to be poking each hair into the head, pretty much exactly how they did it in the factory. I used the base of an X-Acto knife, a needle, and I have a pick to help me out poke holes into the doll just to make it easier for the needle, and it will also save you some needles because it will break if the hole isn't big enough or the plastic has hardened. So starting off with the reroot, I just sectioned out some hair to make it easier for me. Each strand of hair I pretty much wrap around my finger. Use that to guide the needle and guide the hair into the needle. I use my pick to create the bigger hole into the doll's head, and then after that I use my rerooting tool to insert the hair into the doll's head. Some of the existing holes might be already too big or like already cracked, so if you're using a pick to widen up the holes, just be careful just in case you might crack a big hole into her head or crack the plastic even more. So the doll came with some pen marks all over her body. I'm going to be using some alcohol since it kind of stained the plastic. She came with chipped brows and chipped lips, so I'm just going to be repainting them using some acrylic paint and some nail polish that I have. I just use a normal paintbrush, typically used for doll repaints, and these are like usually smaller than normal paintbrushes since it's for detailing. During repainting, it's important to have a steady hand. If there's any mistakes that I've done with the repainting, I'm going to be using some rubbing alcohol just to remove some of the imperfections, or like just to clean up the repainting just a little bit, just to make her eyebrow more sharp. So with repainting her lips, I used nail polish that was pretty much clear, and I used some eyeshadow that was pretty similar to her lip color that I found, so it was pretty lucky. So I just mixed the clear nail polish and the eyeshadow together just to have a paint consistency, and I just used that to repaint her lips. I pretty much just used a normal washing detergent for her clothes and used it with some lukewarm water. So I pretty much just kind of scrunched it up in the water, just making sure all the dirt is out of it. You can see by the water how dirty the clothes came in, so it was definitely a good decision to wash them. I'm going to be redressing her back into the clothes that she came with. They are the original clothes from the campfire line, just some pieces missing. I am very happy with this restoration, and I'm happy to have Felicia in my doll collection since she is very sought after and very loved by a lot of collectors.